Nigeria's economy, as reactions continue to trail the revised 2020 budget, some Nigerians are doubtful of the workability of the budget of 10.8 trillion naira signed into law last week by President Muhammadu Buhari. Speaking with Galaxy News in Lagos, business and development analyst Dr. Chris Imumulen says the national budget had consistently been trailed by corruption, poor planning and supervision. According to the president of Unique Foundation, the 2020 budget may be difficult to achieve because Nigeria is borrowing to fund consumption and it is not sustainable but unacceptable for a country struggling with high poverty rate and corruption, among other challenges. He advises the federal government to cut unnecessary spendings and explore public-private partnership for infrastructural projects.
You can see a budget that is run by recurrent expenditure that is more than 60% of the budget. You can see a budget that does not provide for education less than 10%. You can see a budget that does not give concern to human capital development. If the Nigerian government is actually deliberate and really want a budget that would impact the economy, especially at this time, then we must focus not just on the figures of that budget alone, but to ensure that implementation of budgets, implementation of projects are adequately done. This is the time for us to start our belt. This is the time for us to do what is right. We can see what is happening, of course, in the EFCC, in NDCC and NDC and the rest of them. This is time for people. We need to, even as Nigerians, come up and be critical, ask questions about how these things is being done.
Now, speaking on some key sectoral allocations, including education, Dr. Imumulen says Nigeria has to be seen as competitive with global trends by being deliberate with digitization and human capacitors development.
So sad that Nigerians still run analog in a world that is digital. In the US, in Switzerland, in Brazil, in some African countries, children are at home, yet they are still running their school. They are still being educated. You know, we have said this. Can you imagine university students in final year who just have just 3 months left to write their exam? They need to stay at home for 1 year. What happens to open learning system? The NUC by itself has approved some school for distant learning. This is best time for us to see. We need to adjust with season. In this is the season for us to digitalize virtually everything we have to do. Yes, people should be able to apply for passport from their home. People should be able to look. We're talking about education. I think government should also be thinking about electoral reform now. People should be able to vote with digital system. We'll be talking about this. This is the high time for everything. We should run a digital economy.
Now, he adds that the medium and small-scale entrepreneurs who are the drivers of the economy must adjust with the season and be willing to change their approach in the wake of the pandemic.